So I am possibly about to ruin my $1,500 Herman Miller gaming Embody. And yes, you did hear me correctly. I did spend $1,500 on this Herman Miller gaming Embody. They're normally north of $2,000, like normal price, but I bought it on sale. Don't pay full price, wait for a sale. They have sales all the time. I got a pretty good one during Black Friday. I think it ended up being like 35% off, so I got it for $1,500. But anyway, there is something about the gaming Embody that I don't like, and it's pretty much every chair out there. There's only one chair that I have seen that comes with this feature, or has this feature available as an option. So just imagine that my chair is sitting behind my desk over there. The rug is at an angle, kind of follows the edge of the desk there. So I have it pulled up to the edge of the carpet like it would be behind the desk. And every time I go to pull up to the desk, I have a leg. Oh, sure, now you're gonna be just fine. But every time I pull up, one of the legs does this, and it hits the rug, kind of gets in the way. And that really bugs me. So the Anthros chair, as an option, you can get a 4-leg base, which is locked in place. It doesn't swivel back and forth like this. The entire chair would move with the feet. So that's kind of what I'm after today. I want to see if I can lock the base to the gas strut so that the base and the chair are locked together, so it no longer rotates like this. Now you might ask, why would I want to do that? Because it's my chair and I can do what I want. Also, this channel isn't about should we, it's about can we, and we are going to see if we can lock the base to the gas strut. Now I've already looked at it, I've had a few theories. Some of the Googling said putting like shims in there or wedges. I didn't see any way to do that, but the base here is metal. So what that led me thinking that I might be able to do is to drill and tap the base. Since it's metal, I'm gonna drill some holes, I'm gonna put some threads on it, and I'm gonna use these 1/4 20 bolts. I'm gonna use 3 of them and use them as set screws to tighten in on the shaft there. And yes, this could destroy my $1,500 chair, so I guess we just do it for YouTube, right? And Herman Miller did not send this chair to me. I paid for this with my own hard-earned money. And I know many of you out there can't just spend $1,500 a chair and then go drilling holes in it. I totally understand that. It's not like I can just throw away $1,500 either. I have planned this out in a way that it should not destroy the chair completely. I might have some holes left in it, but it should still retain functionality. If this doesn't work, it still should work just fine. I don't raise and lower the chair all the time or at all. I set it and I leave it. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it shouldn't completely destroy the chair if this doesn't work. So to start with, I'm just going to remove the base off from here. It's going to be easier to work. I already know where I'm going to drill, so I don't need it on the chair while I'm doing this. There's a clip on the bottom. That's the only thing that holds it on. I know that there's at least one short on YouTube that shows you how to remove that. It's really easy. I came across that video when I was trying to figure out how to lock this in place, and I'm like, well, that doesn't help me at all. And the base comes off that easy. It's literally just held on with this clip and downward pressure. So this is the gas strut I was talking about. I'm hoping that it doesn't rotate up in here. I am not positive. It is caked in grease, so I don't even know if yeah, it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, does not look like it. All right, here goes nothing. Well, I'll put this down to try and contain the mess, and that failed. All right, so I got the first hole drilled, and I already messed up because I was going to use a smaller bit and start with the smaller bit first and then step to a larger bit, and I started off with the larger bit right off the bat. So hopefully that isn't too much of a mess up, because I can see the hole is a little wonky. All right, so I got all 3 holes drilled and tapped. I have 2 different length screws. We're gonna try them on here. All right, so I got them all tightened. I'm trying not to get too aggressive because they're steel screws threaded into aluminum threads. The steel will win and the aluminum will lose. The aluminum's much softer and weaker than the steel, so I'd want to be careful not to over tighten them. And I don't think it's going to take that much in order to keep it from rotating, but moment of truth, we're about to tilt this back forward and see if it is locked in place. And it feels like it is. Now this modification might have made some of you cringe out there, and don't get me wrong, I was pretty nervous too. It's working, it's not spinning anymore. I am on tile, so I don't have to worry about needing it to swivel. Usually when I want to get behind me or something like that, I'm pushing away from my desk and then turning. So I think it's going to be just fine. I'm liking it already, and it's been about 30 seconds. I can pull right up to my desk, not have to fiddle with my feet in order to twist the star to make it face the way that I want it. That's my OCD kicking in every time I pull up to my desk. I am very happy that the base is metal, which allowed me to do this. I didn't have to buy anything. I had everything on hand. I had drill bits, taps, bolts, all the stuff that I needed, so I didn't have to spend any money doing this. While I was trying to figure out how to lock the base, I guess there's another reason that you might want to lock it, and that's for gaming, I guess. Using pedals, it could make the chair twist and swivel, and you might want to lock the base or something like that to keep that from happening. So that was one of the things that I came across. So hopefully this also helps some of you gamers out there that might want to lock your gaming Embody to the base and keep it from swiveling. So far it seems to be holding up. I don't know how well it's going to hold up long term. I think it'll be just fine. There's really not going to be any stress on the threads, really. It's going to be more on the bolts and locking into that shaft. So I still think it's going to be just fine. Make sure that you set it where you want it, like height-wise. If you want to adjust it height-wise, this is not going to work for you, because with those set screws or bolts or whatever locked in place, it's not going to go up and down either, and it's also not going to swivel. The whole base has to swivel on the tile now. So now my up and down is no longer useful, but I have it at the lowest setting. That's where I like it. I'm not very tall. I'm only about 5'10", and that's where I like it. Luckily, it's not even something that I'm going to be able to see from here unless I get down on the floor and look at. I can't say that it's the prettiest. Maybe I could take some white paint and paint those bolts to help them blend in just a little bit. The holes didn't go as well as I would have liked. The drill bit walked a little bit on the aluminum before it actually sank in and started to get that hole going. So I wasn't terribly happy about that. Again, I'm no expert. I'm not the best out there. I know just enough to get myself into trouble. Also, this channel is not about should we, it's more of can we. So that's it for this video. We'll catch you on the next project. See ya.